Good day, friends and fellow collectors, and welcome to my fourth video on my Ford 1 to 64 scale model car collection. We'll be continuing with the American-based models, this time from 1970 to present. And as mentioned on the earlier videos, these exclude any pickups, trucks, any European models, vans, and also excludes the Shelbrick Cobra range as well as the GT40 range, which will feature in a separate video. So let's continue. First one. This is the 1970 Ford Torino. The specific one is from 2008, the Hot Wheels Racing series. As you can see, Hot Wheels Racing in the blue. I love these liveries, they're just beautiful. The specific model or specific casting, there were 16 of them released, 16 different ones, out of which I've got 2. So not too many of them made. This specific one, I think I paid probably like 80 rand or so from a local vintage shop. There you go. And there's the other 1970 Torino, this time in white. Now, if you look at those two, you would say the one is just a recolor from the other, which it is, but you would say it came out in the same series. In fact, this specific one actually came out in 2015, so a couple of years later, and came out in a multi-pack. It's a multi-pack exclusive. These are one of the cars that I actually got out of my son's toy box when he stopped showing interest in toy cars, and that's basically why I started collecting, because he had quite a few Fords. Put them over there. Moving on, next casting. Now this is called the 1971 Ford Maverick Grabber. This one also with the Hot Wheels Racing livery. And now if you can just, these two came out the same series. Number 8 on the Maverick, number 7 on the Torino. So they just look beautiful together. Now imagine having the whole set. Okay, so just some more history on the Grabber. There were 29 of these specific castings released, different liveries and so on. This specific one is number 11 out of the 29, and they were manufactured from 2010 and still being manufactured till present. Let's park that one over there. Another Maverick Grabber, this time in green, and this specific one is from, let's just have a look here. What is it? 2019, I think it is. No, my apologies. It's actually from a 2014 multi-pack. So once again, multi-pack cars a little bit more hard to come by. Still in very neat condition. And you can go there. Next casting. This is called the Custom Ford Maverick 1972. Now, not to be confused with the Maverick Grabber, which is a different casting. Okay, so this specific one is the first released out of this casting. This is from the 2018 Factory Fresh set. There were 11 of these made, out of which I've got most of them. I'll point out which ones I don't have. So that's the first one that came out. This is the second one that came out, which is a recolor, obviously from the same year, 2018, in blue. Then we have a red one. This one I actually found off the pegs locally. This is a 2019 release, Muscle Mania. Then we have a silver one, a recolor of the same one, like the red one, same year, same release date. Then we have the next one, 2020 release, HW Flames. Now one of these that I don't have is a recolor of this one in black with orange flames, which I managed to actually get all of today from online, actually from Marketplace on Facebook, and I managed to buy that from the person in Pretoria, along with a couple of other cars. Another custom Maverick. This is the latest one that I've got. This is from the 2023 Muscle Mania set. I'm still missing one or two. One specifically is a yellow one from the Spring Series set, if I'm not mistaken. Moving on, 1972 Ford Gran Torino Sport. This is a beautiful casting. There's quite a few of them that came out. In fact, there were 33 of them. This is the 8th one out of the 33. They started producing these in 2011, and they still present. This specific one is a little play worn, as you can see. I actually got this from a friend. There is one available in the blister that I can buy right away. But at this point, there are other cars that I'm more interested in. I'll replace this one when I can. Nothing wrong with it being play worn. It's got character. I love it like this. This is probably my favorite 72 Torino with a K&N livery. This one is from 2013 Hot Wheels Performance. I paid 140 Rand for this one, also from a local vintage shop. It's just beautiful. I love this livery. It's just absolutely beautiful. Another Torino. This one, multi-pack exclusive, 2015, also out of my son's playbox. You can see it's got a bit of playware. He enjoyed it when it was his, but now it's safe in my collection. Moving on, another 72, this time in orange. Also quite beautiful. I love the yellow on the wheels, the trim rings, if you can call it that. This one is from 2016, Muscle Mania, number 21 out of 32. Go there. Now that's a recolor of the orange one, and this black is just absolutely beautiful. I can just show you there. Okay, let's move them away. I think I should just make some more space here. Another 72 Torino. This is actually a premium, as you can see by the rubber wheels and the metal base. This specific one is from 2020. And the peg price on these were around about 150, anything between 150 and 200. So quite a nice model, yes. Put them away. Then this little orange baby. This one is a mainline 2022 Muscle Mania, number 31 out of 32. And then we have another Fast and Furious version. This one, this time not a premium like the other one. Now, a lot of people would say, yeah, but they want to collect each and every single variant of each model. If you look at those two, although they're both based on the same car, they look quite a bit different. Different wheels, the striping is different. So I don't mind having both. There are a lot of instances where, if I can take as an example, the blue 600 Escort from Fast and Furious set, there are probably 10 or 12 different variants of that specific blue Escort out there. I've only got one. I'm not interested in collecting two different variants where the tint shade on the windows are different and the wheels are different, just as a matter of interest. Then moving on. Okay, now this is actually an Australian release car. That's the popular Falcon XB from 1973. Now these were very popular in Australia. It's one of the best muscle cars ever made there. The specific one is from 2011, Hot Wheels Garage. There were 23 of these made, out of which I've only got 2. And yeah, this red specific one I also bought from the same local vintage shop. Probably paid 80 Rand or something for it. This is the other Falcon HP, which is a more recent one. And this one is from 2022 Hot Wheels Flames. Right, Matchbox. Now this baby is called a 1983 Thunderbird Turbo Coupe. It's actually, my apologies, 1988 rather. It was produced in 1983. This casting is from 1983. I bought this online. I can't quite remember what I paid for it. There were only 8 of these manufactured, out of which this is the only one I've got. Right, my next one is quite an interesting casting. It's also an 88 Thunderbird. This specific casting is called Matt and Debbie Hayes Pro 88, or rather Pro Street T-Bird Thunderbird. Now this car is actually based on a real life Pro Street dragster of Matt and Debbie Hay. The car's got quite a nice history. You should actually go onto YouTube or go onto Google and read all about this car. It's quite interesting. There were, I think, 4 of these castings in different liveries made, out of which I've got 3. So it's that one, it's the white one, which is also from the same year, if I'm not mistaken. No. The first one is from 2022 drag strip. Second one is 2023 retro races, as well as the black one. The one I'm missing is actually a Zamac version of the pink one. So yeah, I'd like to get that one. Next up, okay, now we get to the boring stuff, as I call it. I prefer older model cars, but here we go. This is a type of Dayglow neon yellow. It's also a Thunderbird. There's actually an 89 Thunderbird stocker, and this is from the 1995 Track System 5-pack. So it's quite an old casting. Interesting. It's a metal look base. It's actually plastic. Plastic body, plastic base. So yeah, these specific castings were started in 1990 and still produced. There were 26 different variants made, out of which this is number 14. I've got a more recent one in gold. This is actually a color changer. This is from 2022, and I actually bought this in Nylstrom while visiting. Also a plastic base. Once again, it really looks like a metal base, but it's actually plastic. Once again, plastic body as well. Next up, quite fond of this one. It's an old Matchbox Thunderbird stock car as well. This is from 1993, and it's actually from the 1993 series called Superstar. So it's manufactured in 1993. So it's quite an old casting. Plastic base, rubber wheels though. It's quite beautiful. Scale on this is slightly larger than 64, as you can see there, but I love this. Next up, another stock car. This one is I'm not quite sure, apparently a Ford Taurus stock car, 1996. This is a no-name brand. I see there are actually Matchbox releases that look very similar. So I don't know whether this is a mock-up or a generic version of this, but I quite love this. I bought this from a fellow collector for 20 or 30 bucks. Love the wheels. I love the look of it. Moving on. This is called the Ford Fusion. Now, these cars were apparently produced in Mexico. I'm talking about the real life cars. This specific one is a 2011 release from the Batman 5-pack. You can see it's pretty play worn. Not too bad, but it is a bit play worn. And there's an interesting story about these castings. Apparently in America, they had a cereal promo, probably Kellogg's, whereby they had one of these cars, not the specific variant or the specific color, they had in something like 6,000 boxes of cereal. And the one specific one, it might have been Kroger, I'm not quite sure, it might have been Walmart. However, the one specific car actually had the store's branding on it, and the lucky customer who found that one actually won a real life Ford Fusion. It's unclear whether the car was actually won, so you can imagine the Ford Fusion with the store branding is really one of a kind, because it's only one of them. There aren't even any pictures on the web of that car. Right, moving on. Another Ford Fusion. This one is really badly play worn. It's got character, and this comes out of my son's Jaden's play set or play box. I kept it. It's a Ford. I actually use it as a demo where one of my Hot Wheel Bigfoot trucks rode over it as a sort of like display. Next one, another Ford Fusion. This one is in a little bit better nick than the previous two, and the specific one is from the 2015 Batman 5-pack. In fact, all 3 of these Fusions are from 5-packs, so not single blister packs. Moving on, Ford Crown Victoria. This is a matchbox casting. I'm not very fond of these type of castings. However, this one I quite like. I love the purple, the neon taxi. The specific one is from a 2015 5-pack once again. So yes, quite interesting. Another Ford Crown Victoria. This time it's the Fire Chief version, and the specific one is from a 2017 City Service 5-pack. But cool. Yet another Ford Crown Victoria. This specific one is from the 2021 Moving Parts series, and as you can see, it's got a little opening door. Now I think these go for about 100, 110 on the pegs. A few years back, cars came out with opening parts as standard. Moving on, almost done. This is called the Ford Police Interceptor. Matchbox casting. The specific one is from 2021, MBX Metro, and I quite like this one without the tampos. Yet another one, this time in white. Once again, Ford Police Interceptor. This one is from 2020, yes, from the MBX Highway series. Moving on, this is a more recent Police Interceptor, obviously Matchbox again, and this specific one I think is actually from the 70th anniversary series. Yeah, there you can see. So obviously normal peg price for that as well. What do they go for these days? 50 Rand for the Matchboxes, 55. Now this casting I love. It's called the Falcon Race Car, 2012 Falcon Race Car, and it's actually based on the Ford Falcons that took part in the V8 Master cars at the time. Now these cars in real life, I read up on the specs, and it's crazy. It's something like 3.2 seconds 0 to 100 with a top speed of in excess of 300 kilometers per hour. So yeah, amazing. Got one more of those, which is this one here. Sorry, the previous one, that one there, was released in 2017. Racing circuit set. The cars are, they started producing in 2012 up until present. There were 13 of them made, 13 of the specific casting, different colors, out of which I've got 2. So coming back to this one, which I also love the wheels on it. I love the Ford logo on it. This one is from a 2021 multi-pack. So yeah. And then the last one, I think this is a Meister. Yep. And apparently this is a Ford Taurus stock car. Apparently a 2006 model, not quite sure. Don't have much history on this. But yeah, that was the last one for today. Thanks for watching once again, guys. Please like and subscribe. There's more videos to come. And I really appreciate you watching my videos. Cheerio, keep well.